Testing, testing. Hello, hello. Welcome in. We are starting a new run here. We're going to call ourselves the Weekly Gazette. And we're going to hit pause right away, as you always should do. We're going to throw 2 floors on here. And we're going to get ourselves set up super fast. Let's get that printer down. Output module all the way to the side. Input module over on this side. 2 pages. We're going to fill it. We are going to fill it. Boom. 580. Build the wall. Comfort. Industrialize. Boom. 1 vent outside. Acoustic panel on the outside as well. And then we need another acoustic panel there. That should have done. Oh yeah, temperature. So then we need another vent just there. Boom, you're done. We're then going to throw a wall. No, not you. Ooh. Comfort. Toilet right here. Deal with the smell with a sink. Then get the wall with the door just beside it. And then the tile. Boom, that's done. Give you lighting. There, and it's upstairs. And you know what? Let's put our telegraph station upstairs, which I don't normally do. No, I'm not going to be able to fit 3, am I? Not with a wall. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I still can get a wall in. Okay. Noise. 2 acoustic panels, and that's you done. Light. Hire these staff. What have we got? Nobody skilled. Brutal. Okay, no slow pokes at least. Grab you, and you. We'll take you as an assembler. I don't think we care about assembly not being great on a Monday, but we do care about typesetting not being great on a Monday. So I'll throw you into that and then refresh. There we go. There's 2 skills. So then we'll look at these. You have typeface skills. You've typeface skills. So Julia, send you to this station. And Audrey has typesetting. Employees that share the same room gain the experience. Yeah, we'll leave you where you are. And produces 50 less trash. That's actually kind of useful in where you are. So then we need just cheap. Perfect. Duncan, you were perfect there. And then I think we want to move Audrey downstairs. And then you are going to be one of these two. We'll take Agnes. Get paper manually in. Then we need to get reporters. 1, 2, 3 reporters is all we should need for week 1. And then let's see who we've acquired. We've got, oh yeah, 4 people all have double skills. This might even be worth just hiring them all just to kind of lock it in. Let's just look at the overlap. What have we achieved? We have crime, entertainment, sport. Pretty good overlap with Judy here. Society and statistics are non-share. They share entertainment. We then need politics, which would be Aaron. So we're definitely going to hire Aaron, Stanley, and Judy. Debbie here is more expensive, but honestly, you don't need 4 people for week 1. You don't. But she just is good at her job. So, and then globes for all the sloggers plus 1 skill. And then we need a toilet. We have a toilet. We need the water cooler. There's the water cooler. And then from a maintenance kind of point of view, we're going to put a sweeping station down. Put it here. Washing station here. Workbench here. So this is the reason you wouldn't necessarily want these guys up here, because you kind of want the workbench. We're not going to hire any of these until we get a need for them. So what are we best at? 2 people who are skilled at economy, but so this is our best skill. We've got double on this, and I think we ask for society and sport because that is a non-overlap. So society and sport. There's our first 3 stories. Society. This is our triple story. This is the most important story of the first week. So statistics, society, politics, and then we can have somebody work one of the others, which is going to be the sports story, which will get us the boxing gloves. Oh, we already need a cleaner. My God. Oh, I forgot to put down the waste baskets. Oh, you can go the first week without hiring a cleaner if you remember the trash baskets. And then we're going to manually put this paper in. So 1 into the toilet, 1 into each of you guys, and then 2 into the paper, which actually I want to get to 300 in the first week. Okay, here's people coming back. There is the boxing gloves. Let's put that down straight away, and we might be rejigging desks. We don't need to. We have 2 sports riders right beside each other. 1 boxing gloves, they both get the +1. We need a light bulb for upstairs. And Debbie's in first. Debbie can head back out. Debbie also earns more money, so she can feckin' earn that money. So we have to choose. We'll run the statistic story down quicker. So, nah, they're kind of be equal. But what is left? Well, politics, you're definitely going to do that. That will get us the election poster. There is then only entertainment stories left. So, you're kind of much of muchness. Let's look at what we have. We don't have... We have one statistics, and it's going to be on our front page. That's a one tagger. This is a... So we're going to take the statistics part of the story. Let's just make sure this is being prioritized. Entertainment story, last story of the week. This is something we're not particularly strong at. There is our election poster to make our politics better. So you always get 2 items in the first week. You can get more, but okay, nothing's broken. Nobody has defaced the toilet. So that so there's all 6 stories that you get in the first week. And we've got pretty unlucky in we didn't get a 2-tagger as a second story. So that is somewhat disappointing. You're working on story. You have 3. We are going to hire a second assembler. Manually move one of these stories across. And you're cheap. Pause, actually. I know you're cheap, but you're not actually very good. What do we have upstairs? Duncan, well, that's typesetting. And Clark, yeah. Let's reassign Clark downstairs. Then put you in there, and then we need a light bulb. There's our lead. And boom, all 6 papers in. It's not even Sunday. Probably could have got away without this change. Load our paper, and we will be ready to rumble. Okay, leading with the automobile V16. It's kind of scripted. It's pretty much always your top story of the week. Recession on the loose. Economics. Party starts push. Politics. Back page. Boxing phenomenon stops bare knuckle Jones. Mickey Mouse makes debut. Largest hydroplane. Like, I think the first 6 stories are all kind of scripted. It's just the what items do you get off the back of them, which doesn't always kind of line up. 42,500, 1,275. Costs are going to be over 600. We normally try to keep it under 600, but I did hire the extra assembler. Now we are planning to go to Lowe's, so let's go Bayonne. Hit pause. We need society and entertainment. Society and entertainment. And let's see if we can improve our skills. Three relatively cheap typesetters, 1 decent telegrapher. Let's look at our production team. So assembly, we have 2 people who are skilled at it. Typesetting, we have 2 people who are skilled at it. And we have 3 that are skilled here. But Niels isn't actually doing that. He is doing that job. Agnes, Duncan, Niels. Yeah, perfect. Okay. So how much paper? 393. That should be fine for most of this week. So Taft resigns. This is probably going to be the lead story of the week. It will achieve 1 of the tags. 2 tagger here. And perfect. Okay. So Anton, in you go. We have 2 people who can do this job, and society, and send you out to San Francisco, which then leaves Judy for this one. We have 4 reporters and we've got them all out. From a hiring reporter's point of view, we've got a crime person who's better, and crime and economy, and we're not great at politics, and none of these are skilled at politics, but it might be worth hiring one of them. Nobody has dutied the toilet yet. Okay, first part ticked up. This is the next most important part. You're going to run the politics side of this story. And Judy will run down the Taft story. Crime story here. Entertainment, everyone's out. Starting to get nice branching stories here. So this is all been done. Perfect. So this is the story we're not currently working. Crime story will have a second branch on it. Alarming and money. I think we will take this top side. It's A, it's 2 tags, and B, it's doesn't have any penalties on it. Okay. Aaron, out you go. And wait for Stanley to get back. And Stanley can do the top side. Better story. Less risk. And then we've nobody to do the Skater Shine in NYC story. Let's just make sure we've got some priorities running here. This story here is the highest priority story. We have 3 entertainment stories, which could make a good back page. And we will make money from running this story. So that's a strong case for doing that. There's some people coming back in. Crime story, which will get us the crime board. Brilliant. And there is the statistics bonus. So Judy is the one who's been leveling this, so we'll send Judy out. Check so that is our front page. And we're probably looking at a back page of entertainment. Now, Sport Dirt will give us a combo, I believe. So we have a dirt story here. Now it's not, we already have a combo on that. So one of the things we could look at is slow playing this and having a look here that we need entertainment and society to go there. So we might be interested in, oh, didn't pay attention. Didn't see that we needed food. Okay. You're doing that, you're doing that. %, 9%. Yeah, sure, we'll send Aaron out. There's our crime board. And there is the slug tray. Food in. So we'll need a rejigging to make the... Okay, so here's a case to move this upstairs. And a light bulb. So then this desk is getting boost from the politics board and the sport. This desk is getting boosted by the crime and sport. This desk is being boosted by society. Have we didn't get the globe, not the globe, the solar system. Okay, just slide everyone across a little bit. Move this spare light bulb over here, and then your desk is society and statistics. And I think we didn't get a statistics bonus. What we got was was a bonus to the slug trays. Slide you, and then put this back upstairs. Sweeping station, I think, to stay on this floor. And slug trays, let's get them in. Metal slug tray, +1 for each. And we still don't need to hire any of the other utility. Saturday, you're going to be 11 hours. 5 hours. So then we just make 200 bucks for that. It's an ad. In the back page, view. This is sloppy work, so we'll prioritize that. And we'll prioritize this. We'll kind of slow play this 2 tag story to keep it back into next week. And then we need to look at why our staff are getting tired. Audrey here seems to have suffered from you don't have typesetting skills. So what story? So if I unassign you, Audrey, because this story is not being worked on. Well, you can finish your sloppy work and then take a break. Now what's happening? Don't finish the story. We need 1 story to finish. The crime is a boost. We're already going to get record sales. Okay. Let's unassign all these people so they can just recover. Where's the cleaner? Okay, must print. Have a full newspaper. Order paper for next week. Have enough paper in the printer. Have a full newspaper. Sat on the skater story. We'll keep it into next week. There's no need to run it this week. 65,000 is already going to get us. We're getting the Bayonne influence, and we're going to get the record sales influence. Bit of it. Top left is cropped out. You are... Apologies for that. There we go. That should be fixed now. Didn't notice that. I had chat over the top of that corner. Okay, no increase in our expenses. Sorry, I missed this. 1950 to influence. And we're going Greenville. Because we want to get high society, and then we'll book it to Tompkinsville so we can get the extra page module and the extra telegraphers. Hit pause. Now, we still haven't hired what you call them? A cleaner or a workbench person, mechanic, because we don't need to. Audrey is completely drained. So is Julia. Neither of these staff are any good at this job. Oh no, Beth is. Oh, it's our typesetters that are. I put the staff on the wrong desks. No, I didn't. Okay, well, we'll put you on that desk. And we'll put you on that desk. Oh, we let these guys recover. And we will hire Dolores temporarily. You're probably getting fired this week, Dolores. We'll hire Beth, who's probably getting fired this week. Reporting wise, I like the idea of hiring Stefan to give us more crime. We don't have a lot of crime on board. The other thing we're not great at is politics, and we haven't got anyone who is skilled at politics. We have one person who's skilled at politics. Okay, so we have one skill and one non-skill on crime. Same on politics. This gives us a second properly skilled crime. Oh, Nikolai is just across the board useful. I think we're going to hire Nikolai this week. We need to get entertainment and gossip. Gossip appears in sports and entertainment, so entertainment and sports. Okay. Let's see how this week pans out for us. Boom, boom, boom. Make sure we're still paused. We are. There is entertainment, which will give us the movie poster. That's kind of overdue. We don't actually have anybody who is skilled at entertainment. So we are actually just going to straight up right now hire Nikolai. Nikolai, boom. Welcome to the team. Then statistics is Judy, who is tired, and Debbie. So then we will send Aaron out on this. No, Aaron's our best politician. But we are asking for sport. You're both good at sport. Okay. Should be generating one more story. Oh, toilet. Hire a cleaner. Oh. Yeah, we'll just hire the cheap person. Like. Come on, where's the third story? We finished this story before we generated our third story. Like, that's absolutely ridiculous. Movie poster. Oh, we need to do a bit of desk rejigging. So you're getting all your bonuses. And another movie poster, which we put it here, is boosting boat, isn't boosting boat. We need a second boxing glove. We 3 people who can do sport. Just throw that up there. Light bulb. Starting energy is free. Okay, another entertainment story. We will send Nikolai out to run that one down. Statistics story. Entertainment, finish the week. Our staff are feeling the pressure. Let's send Stanley and let's investigate what Judy's grief is. Comfort. Okay. I suppose I can make people's lives better. Have the poster of goodness. There is a desk missing. And plant here and a plant there. Sports story. Aaron, out you go. And should athletes be amateur or professional? NCAA says college amateurs is the way to go. Of course it is, because it makes you all the money. Now, this is the most important story. 3 tag. Entertainment and gossip, and it is both. Then we will love this story to then combo with it. Oh, we have put everyone back in, but we have extra staff walking around doing nothing. Have these guys you're still low on motivation. Crime chance at protesters. Don't love that. How many people are currently out? Not many. So I've got one who is waiting to come back in. One who's out. There's that person who's coming back in. So then let's send Debbie. Are we going to get lucky? We're not. Oh, we got all the protesters. That's a long delay. Paper, 5:30. Water cooler is fine. Toilet is fine. Crime story. Stanley isn't feeling great. Let's find out what's wrong with Stanley. So I can actually move this. Here's a trick for you. Protesters don't have to stop you getting staff available. Aaron is back available now because I took the page off him and sent it out. So protesters don't have to stop the work getting into the building. They will stop staff getting into the building, but they don't need to stop the stories get back into the building. Crime. Anyone's not too bad. I don't want you making that be sloppy work though. That's our better story though. It's got a silver tag. And Debbie. I really am understaffed on the crime scene, haven't I? Stefan. So you are an economy rider. You are one of only 2 economy riders. Don't think I can justify bringing another person on staff just yet. That's now broken, so I do have to hire maintenance. We'll hire the cheapest person, Patricia, book less. This crime story's progressed. I'll let Debbie finish it. Debbie can finish this story. And Judy can get this, which is the solar system. Stanley has recovered to 96. So they don't have to be concentration 100 to be able to do their job. But when they are senior reporters, they can generate prestige on stories. And they're not going to do that if they're tired. Okay, there is the solar system poster, so let's get that in, and this might require rejigging of the desks again. Okay, so we're going to move the poster, the apple, and outside here. Yeah. Then we're in Saturday, so let's make sure our top stories are getting finished. This is still being reported. The Capone Freed story is good. There's a 3-tag story. We need to make sure we get entertainment and gossip, and we have both, and so we can just lead with that. We'll then put another one on the page, and then there's just an entertainment front page, and then our back page is likely to be these 3 stories, this even may switch to being our front page, because that's a 4-tag and 2 3s. There is crime overlap, there is alarming overlap. But there's still a bit of work to be done on processing all 3 of these. The lack of trained crime reporters is slowing us down. We are already into Sunday and they haven't been finished. Now this top one has been finished. So then we want we might be better slow playing these 2 into next week. So we're going to shift the paper to have entertainment on the back page. So we double check the numbers here. We're going to get it. So with this as a front page, it's worth 39.5. As a back page, and the Senate passed the censorship bill on the front page. We should generate more. This is sloppy work, but it does have a tag combo. And then you're ready. So then it comes down to what do we want to get finished. Let's get this finished. Let's deprioritize the Capone story, deprioritize that story, and we're going to prioritize this one. And then we're going to keep our three tag stories with silvers into next week, because 68.5, and we're going to make that be 3,500 better by putting this skater story on the top plus another 2.5 on the tag. So that's enough to get us our record sales. We've got the zone benefits. I don't think we're getting this finished though, but at 68.5 we're already there. Slow everything down. Just make sure, yeah, these two stories have been deprioritized, which is perfect. And then I want to see how these are progressing. Must print. Neither of them got finished. That's fine. 68,500 is a record sales for us. Print it. And you also see the benefit of holding back stories. I slow played the production last week. I've slow played it again this week. This is not considered an old story. Now, one thing I do need to do is not carry this many staff through the pay cycle. So let's look at assemblies. We are going to keep 2 and fire 2. So you are the high. So we're definitely going to keep Frances. She is the cheapest. And then it's probably Bess, who is cheaper, versus Clark. And we're just going to look at their experience. But I think Clark is getting canned. So Clark, 10% and 16. Clark is staying on that job. So Frances, 41 bucks. She's great. Bess, 62 bucks and is at 10% skill. Julia here is paid 47, is still completely drained. She hasn't... Yeah, get out of here, Julia. And Audrey is also completely drained, so get out of here, Audrey. Yeah, no, you're fired, Audrey. Oh, and then print. So... two assemblers, so 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 telegraphers, 2 assemblers, 2 typists. And that needs to come downstairs. And I think, did you drop a story as well? Print. Yep, everything is in frame. Audio is working. Record sales. The only time people dislike gossip is when you gossip about them. Ever increasing value. That is what I'm here to offer. 2,000 subscribers. Finished first time. You need to finish first time to get the influence. Maybe I did end up paying those people. The price of knowing. Not the best timing, publisher. Madame isn't the best of spirits. Oh, publisher, what a ghastly evening of fundraiser masked as flattery, flanked by empty minds. The food was great, though. Priorities. I listen to my peers debate book bans between mouthfuls of pate. Books they haven't even cracked, let alone understood. These are the same women who sponsor lecture saloons, mind you, culture, but only the kind that doesn't make anyone think too hard. Darling, the city's losing its appetite for thought. Too much glamour, too little grit. I hate to ask, but tone down the entertainment, just for once. I don't think I've carried any entertainments across the week. We need something sharp, educational, but digestible to the sort of man who thinks reading Marx causes seizures. Isn't that all Americans? So, don't print entertainment, do print educational. An educational story should show up in the week since it's been offered. It shows up in economy and society, so we will prioritise that. 2 influence for doing this, we will of course accept society and tragic, which is fine. That doesn't clash with her need for no entertainment. And educational, economy and society, and we need society. Okay, hit pause. Printer is probably fine. No harm in ordering in some paper. Our print staff are probably fine. A cheaper telegrapher, but I don't think it's worth losing the experience. 22%, 33%, 29%. You are tired though. Ooh. What is your condition issue? Let's give your room a clock and 2 plants. Let's just give every desk a plant upstairs. Now, I don't think you guys, I don't think can create sloppy work. It's only production that can create sloppy work and the reporters. But Agnes is 62 bucks. I can see this quicker here. 47, 62, 62, and at about 20% experience. I can get in somebody for 15 bucks cheaper who doesn't have any comfort issues. Losing 33 experience, I think, is too much to lose. I don't love how at the start of the week 2 of my people are off needing to look after themselves and not the newspaper. So we are going to hire Robert here. We just need to remember to fire somebody. Probably Agnes. And Duncan come back here. And then we identified crime was a bit of a weakness for us, but we haven't got anybody in who's going to help with crime. We have got one who's good at politics, but they only have 1 skill. I need quality, not chumps. And then we need to prioritize, I think it's society and economy. And crime as well, but we should achieve that. And then let's finish the Al Capone story. Let's finish this. So crime is going to be great for us. There's tragic, which we absolutely love. Already done. Here's our first stories for the week. Economics, to get object for the economics desk. Politics, Aaron. Why? And politics. We actually only have one politics person. That's not sustainable. Oh, blowing money. Absolutely pumping money into this newspaper. Okay. You are politics, sport, entertainment. Move you there. Move you there. Move you back. You have still got. You have lost your crime poster, but crime here. You're then going to be the new politics hire. Which needs to be sat beside. So move you here, move you in one. Slide this in. Slide you to there. You've lost your movie poster. You could do it a crime board. You don't need a movie poster, but you do. Politics and politics. Who's this sport here for? Oh, it's here for the two of you. Movie, crime, move. Okay. You need crime, and you need a movie poster. Crime board. And a movie poster. Expensive, but this is the 1930s. We're going to have lots of Hoover stories. We need to have politics covered. Say politics. So, Niels. Oh. Don't publish entertainment. So it is, sorry. We are absolutely doing the politics side of the story as soon as these people come back. First one back in gets the job. Aaron. Boom. Nearly messed that up. There's the bookkeeping. Let's put the bookkeeping in before we progress. Bookkeeping on your desk. Bookkeeping on your desk. And Judy is now better at this job. This is going to be a 1-3 tagger. Because these are both... That is so frustrating. Having to do 2 politics stories and not get 2 tags from it. This Kellogg story is going to be brilliant. You're great. And Al Capone. Oh, crime. Insolent Milwaukee murder. Reports of high-profile murder right on the doorsteps of a courthouse. If that doesn't show a total lack of respect for our honorable authorities, what does? Who is really running America in these prohibition times? Breaking news. So we have to we have to start this before the end of one day. Don't love the mobster risk on this one. But let's have a quick check. There are still sports stories available. There is no more economy, society, or politics. So there are still sports stories. There are no more society stories. But let's have you do the... Well, let's have each of you run half of that at the same pace. Oh, we're getting the most. Oh, we're getting 2 mobsters. We're getting ruined here. And we have to pick... Well, we're going to take the one with 2 tags. Deadliest aviation accident in US. Will head to the Oceanside crash. Plane crashes in Oceanside, catches fire, killing all 16 passengers. So here's our mobster problem. 2 of them are going to get out. And here's the downside of putting the typewriting at the front desk. The typewriting is what gets damaged. Oh, they have damaged the entire production. We're going to run the crime side of this story because it's going to be the breaking news for the week. Hot topic. Let's look at our... So this Al Capone story is hot news. So we got super lucky here by having politics carry over. Crime. Stanley is nearly back. I think it's worth sending Stanley out on that job. Judy, run that story down. And Debbie, run... Nikolai, run that story down. There's the educational... Oh my god, it's... So this is now the most important story of the week. This is the educational tag we need. This is the most important story of the week. It's Friday. It's going to be Saturday before this comes back. Sport. 0%, 25%, send you out for that. Well, we'll let that story finish. That story is finished. Sloppy work. Oh, that's not good. We're now generating sloppy work. This story would be really good for us as well, and might be the second story we should prioritize. I think we had Heartbreak on the front page. But this is going to be better. It's going to be a double tagger. Okay. You're now at the back page. And the only other story I care about is this one. This is the highest priority story. Okay, that's being worked on, but is this being worked on? Looks like that's being worked on. So deep. I kind of like that story, but stop working on this story. Finish it. And you're, oh my god, 37%. Check our staff board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we don't have extra staff at the moment, but we need a new typesetter who is not going to ruin our production. So now let's just check what story got deprioritized. So it is the story on this desk that is being worked on. Dolores Clark. Now, is Clark getting better? Two days and 24. So this Deadly Fire story is going to get finished, but not the Interplanetary. 22 hours. Yeah, Dolores. What's your beef? 99, okay. Put Dolores back in. And fire Jonathan. That's a real shame. Well, this is a better front headline. And then Capone Freed is then the second story. We need a society story. To satisfy the district, so we at least get three silver tags on the front page, one on the back. So we are, 100,000. We're breaking the 100,000 in month 4, but we have failed our first faction objective, which is pretty brutal. Oh, you're a tree tiger. Oh, then we're not going to have Sloppy Work be the lead, so that's another 2,000. We are going to lead with the Capone story. Must print, have enough pages. . And we were 3 hours away from getting that interplanetary, so I think I do need to look at the comfort of the staff a little bit more. I've been kind of skimping a little bit in that area. So still record sales, that's the influence for that. There are worse crimes than burning newspapers. They really like their research. 3,000. Got the district, got the subscribers. Sorry. Our costs increased by 14%. So they went up 130. So I think I did pay both those staff. So we have 6 influence. We now have access. This will increase society. I like the idea of the bit desk. Okay, so let's look what Dolores wants now. Regrettably, Lady Wellworth is otherwise engaged, instructing a symphony conductor on the virtues of subtlety. She suggests you return when the tempo is less allegro. Bollocks. Okay. We are going to go West Village. To... No, we're going to go this direction. No, we have to go west. So it's West Village, East Village gets us Empire State. So we can then get the mayor running as well. Don't think there is a huge benefit to us. We get more benefit from getting the next page module, which is 12 influence. If we go here, we'll get only 1 this week because we didn't get the mission. We're not getting any extra. That puts us on 7. So if we go here, we'll be on our 7, and then next week, hopefully, we can get the influence from the story plus the district. Is 9 still not there? So let's just open some extra options. Pause. Now, we do have too many staff. So let's look at the assemblers we have on staff. 41 bucks and 62 bucks, both skilled. Dolores isn't skilled. Dolores is a typesetter. Oh, is it typesetting that's our problem? Rhonda, who's the unemployed person? Clark, who has 10%, 31 skill in typesetting. So he's been doing typesetting. So let's look at our typesetters. Francis and Bess are typesetters. Dolores and Rhonda, 62 and 72. And Clark. So then Clark is unskilled and doesn't have a station, so Clark is fired. 80% getting food, 100%, 100%. Comfort. Let's throw down some clocks. And a plant. Crime. Cheap, but I think we've already hired our cheap crime person last week. Was that you? No. 2 skilled people at crime. So 1 politics. It's, yeah. Politics is the what we're weak on. Not going to 93, just for someone who has an aversion, who's okay with. So economy and politics. Get some paper in. You know what? Given I have space, I have loads of space. Let's put another food down. Let's make sure. Now, there's a case to be made for another toilet, but I don't buy that. Pretty weak sauce story to open the week. Crime. Stanley, lead it up. Agents bust illegal speakeasy. Another crime story. Looks like LA, is it? Sorry. St. Louis. Oh, it's a politics story that will then develop into a crime. We're not going to take the lie because we don't need it. We're going to go crime and alarming. Sport, Boston. Graham loses to a Battliano in Hartford. Boxing. Thank you. So, defeat or triumphant. Let's have a quick look to see if we have any of that in the books. So, deprioritize these old news stories. Move up. So, we've 4 old news. So, we have a defeat story. We have a sloppy production. We have a triumphant, but it's old news. So we will take the triumph, the defeat side, which is negative. I'd like to be a positive broadcaster. And we're going to take the side that doesn't have the negative trait. Stanley, out you go. Crime story. Oh, there's 2 parts to this. Oh, we have to run all of it. Well, it's 1 positive, 1 negative. 2.5 minus 1. So there's still a 1.5 positive, but we could speed up the production by not working that story. But a 5 tagger with 1 negative? Maybe. Okay, people coming back in. There's some more food, so we'll get food loaded up. Paper loaded up. New York state legend passes away. Wait for Nikolai. Sports story, Cleveland, Alexander, final acts. The Baker Bowl, Aaron, run this one down. 2 more stories to come to develop. Daredevil Daredevil takes on Niagara Falls. So that's the real story. Oh, what was his name? Yeah, see, all these are based on real stories. Niagara Falls. Sonny Riverman Red Hill Sr. No. George Stethakis went over the falls in a barrel. And they made a movie of it as well. Okay, move these stories up so I can see them. I'm not going to delete the old news, just in case I need it. But it's a lower priority for me. So it looks like we're going to have multiple society for the back page. Yep. This is the front page. With no tag combos. Five tags. And none of them combo with anything I'm working on at the moment. The only two tagger from last week is Sport and Triumphant, and that is not in this story at all. Well, let's hope this last story is better for us. Last story is Society. There it is there. And it is only a one tagger, but it will give us an object. Much again, just to remind people, you can drag items up. So you can, that also allows you to get past protesters. Now, so this entertainment. So there's politics. That's one of the things we have to do this week. Then the other thing we have to do is an economic story, which is this one tag economics is literally our only other story. So that's on the back page. Probably. I assume we can get tag combinations on the front page. Yeah, there is the feet. We'll tag with this. That's at least one. And then this is a two tag story, which has tag combinations here. Society, two societies. So that's going to be our back page. So this needs to be produced and this needs to be produced. I don't care about anything else. That's the highest priority story, followed by that. Let's see if they are progressing. They are. 6 hours, 4 hours, 13 hours. This story finished, and we got the world map. +2 society. Very nice. Oh, it's philosopher. So, slide you across one, slide you across one. Move the clock up. Move the clock out of the way for 1 second. Get the world map in here, all the way up. And then the clock down. So now these guys all have +3 from items. Check our staff's condition. Dolores isn't doing great again. Duncan could be doing better. From a reporting point of view, everyone is hunky-dory. There's all the last stories come in. So there's our lead. Boom. And we're 8 hours from the Daredevil story being finished. There it is. That is our paper done. So I'm actually going to stop work. So that those stories carry into next week and don't become old news. We have enough pages. Now this is not going to be a new record for us. It's only 79,000. We haven't got particularly juicy stories. A 5-tagger is nice as a lead, but just no combinations. So no influence from the sales, but we do get the influence from the district. So we'll get 7 beyond 7 influence. Moving towards the mayor, but that's only as a backup to high society. So 2,385. So our cost decreased by 7%. We laid off staff. Publisher darling, you didn't come true last time. Failure has a way of leaving a stain, and my maids do hate stains. There's still work to be done, and if you're inclined to earn a little trust, I recently donated $100 to children across the river. Until this city decided the titles weren't too subversive. Horrific, isn't it? As if a ghost story ever hurt anyone. Let's remind them that reality is often darker than fiction. Print something that rattles the nerves. Gruesome crime, a tragedy, something that doesn't flinch. Or don't. But if you fail again, I may have to cut the music. After all, bad plays don't fill seats. Print gruesome, print tragic, get to influence. Boom, let's go. And we can double check. We have a gruesome story in the can. And what was the other thing she wanted? Tragic. That's fine. 7. Let's try and get back to being top sales. 8. Hers. 10. So we'll go East Village and then we'll go Tompkinsville. Economy, triumphant, hopeful. What's this? Tragic is in crime and society, crime and entertainment, but we already have this. So it's crime, society, economy. Politics, sports, economy and society, perfect. Economy. So we're doing economy and society, crime, politics and sports. We need to make sure we achieve. Might be worth doing a 2-tagger to make sure we get our influence. Hopeful, triumphant. So this would require, if we go here, it would require 5 tags. Gruesome, tragic, triumphant, and hopeful. So 4 tags with an economy story. Now the economy and the hopeful can overlap, but that's risky. If we go here, crime and sport, which we have in the can, and we know that those generate tragic stories. Sorry, gruesome. Okay. Pause. So, we need crime and sport, crime and society. Crime, society, sport. 10 stories available to us. With no interest in slots. No one is particularly special. Let's put all of our staff back to work. Francis back on the assembly. Dolores back on the typesetting. Actually, Rhonda on the inside desk, which is the one that gets the most work, since Dolores has a habit of getting tired. Condition of the staff. Duncan isn't doing super great. We will order some paper. We'll do a middle order. Here's our reporting. There's hopeful and tragic, so that's a really important story for us. So we'll send Judy probably on that. Here is a crime gruesome story with tragic and a goal. So this actually, so Stanley, do this one. This is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tags with a goal. That's probably going to be our top story of the week. There is 1, 2, 3, 4 tagger here with a silver. And we'll send you on this part. We'll hold fire on them. Well, the mobsters early in the week when nothing is critical might actually be the better way to play that. So, Debbie, get us our mobster problem. 1 mobster. And then Judy. And Marjorie. Okay, paper, 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 paper. From a food point of view, how are we doing? 104. Get out of the way, Duncan. 48. Where'd the mobsters go? Typesetting. 1 typesetter smashed. 1, 2 typesetters smashed. Oh, and they're not finished. You absolute shitsters. Judy. Okay, get me this story. And oh, breaking news, will Hoover sign the Tariff Act? Just in, Hoover is about to sign the Tariff Act. The act will raise taxes on many imported products. How will the international trade community react? Will the president put America first again? Let's get a front row seat. So we'll have a quick look at that breaking news, which requires these 2 people to go run that story down. And I still then have you to get me... No, it's this one. this one. Perfect. Then going to prioritize politics. Because I think I have a tragic story. I don't have a tragic story. Crime in society. There's your hopeful. There's gruesome. There's tragic. Yep. Okay. So yeah, we are going to prioritize politics to maximize this. Now the only problem is we only have 2 politics reporters. Do we temporarily hire another politics reporter? There is a skilled one and he is cheap. Yeah. You're a better hire. I'd love to be able to right click. I'd love to be able to prioritize the repair this first. Society, go take that one down. Tragedy strikes off Skritu Coast. Four hours. Everyone is busy, so you're just going to run this story down yourself. That's a gold tag. This week's hot topic: politics. Statistics, topside. Dow Jones plunges again. RN run down the bottom side. Silver statistics story on this. Now, let's get our priorities. This is a gold star story that has 1, 2, 3 of the 4 things we need this week. That one story. What the only thing not on that is sport, which we just are sitting on. The next best story is this one, which is a 4 tagger with a silver. Oh, did we needed... Oh, there's hopeful. We didn't go to the other place because we couldn't guarantee hopeful. I'm going to tell the prioritization on that. More crime with heartbreak and alarm. Debbie? No. Marjorie is more likely to become a crime reporter. Okay, that entire story can now be done. This is the next best story. You are starting to get... So we'll send Judy. Okay, we're Wednesday. Crime. We'll wait for Stanley to get back. Vault traps robber. Teller ringed station. 3 tagger story. Very nice. Okay, these stories are being worked on. Entertainment, gruesome, and another insider story. Harmful books, school bans explicit literature. So this is over in San Francisco, but it's literally what Dolores was having a little whinge about. That's a pretty good story as well. Debbie, run that down. Still 3 stories to be pulled in. 11 hours. Finish that. So this is going to be our lead story. It's done in 11 hours. Then there's enough to fill the paper, not necessarily a good fill. I think we're looking at these 2 stories would be great. But there's a lot of work still needed on this one. So, what's our typesetting being worked on? That's at assembly. This is being typeset. That's 1 typeset. This is being typeset. So that's a pretty good story. Tree tagger. And then I'd love... So... You... Yeah, this Dow Jones story is really good. It's hot topic and has a silver statistics. Oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Well, assuming I can hire the staff. I can. 62 bucks. Typesetting desk. Doris, you're in. 2 stories on this desk, 2 stories on this desk. Take a story. And I'm also going to move this over here manually. And crime, Stanley. Yeah, like realistically these stories are next week. Unless something is outstanding. Like this entertainment story is pretty good. We'll wait for Nikolai to get back. To get the training on that. There's like no rush on it. Okay, we're already at Sunday. That's our lead. Now, there is a 2-tag combo on this, but I think this makes like for a really good back page. So if I put that here, we'll be 88,000. If I put it on the back page, we're 93 because of the 2x. So then this is the next most important story, but there's 0 chance that this gets finished. This story is going to get finished. It has heartbreak, so that can go on the front page. So that's Dolores satisfied. There needs to be a sports story. We're just going to dump the Cleveland story on the back page to get Williamsburg, and she's happy. Okay, so then it's what are the best combinations? And you're nowhere near. There's just so much work still to be done on this. You're nowhere near. Let's move you down. We shouldn't be seeing you. You're done, but nobody cares about you. You're ready to go, and you have tragedy. So you're going on the front page. Tragedy and hopeful and society. So then I'd love this story. Or this story, this story. Okay. I can get one of these. Well, I'm getting this one. It's then what do I try and force through with it? And I think it... like, this would be the best for us. All three combo. So let's try and get that done. With this... because so like at the bare minimum, I can throw things like this into the paper. And they'll work. Then you're going there. And if this vault trap story comes true, we'll run it. USA sweeps America zone. Sports story, America zone. Philadelphia Country Club. Polo? And who you're working 36%. Yeah, we'll send Standy out on that. Okay, let's see if we are seeing progress on these stories. So this one is done. How many hours are left? 10. Maybe 11. This Dow story, I think, can be forced through. This one can't. 3 people need to do... the only problem is 3 people need to progress this. Undo you. Full send the Dow story. Ooh. Well, the Dow story replaces the Taft story. It's not going to go in as well unless I slide the sport up and take this stage legend, which is just a 1 tag combo. And then I'll get the tag combo by these 2 being on the same page. Yeah. Oh, I've got that down to 12 hours, 22. Yeah, they're working on this vault story. They're not progressing. All 3 are not working on this. So I have to try and work out 20 hours versus 21 hours. Oh, I only have 2 assembly people. That's the problem. And you're in danger of becoming complacent. There's only 4 hours left. It's not getting finished. It's not getting finished. So just to confirm, Society. I'm getting my 3 influence this week, and it's 123,000. So I'm going to get 4 influence this week. Will put me on a. Oh, yeah. We should be getting the extra page this month, but we missed a sales target, and we missed 2 influence 2 months ago on the timing of the quest she wanted. It came in so late in the week, we were a couple of hours away from finishing it. Maybe I could have hired people to prioritise, maybe like I did this week. So I run story to the end of the week. Order in a full load of paper, because this is going to run all of our paper. And just to confirm, 3 finished stories. None of these are better than what I've ran. And you are 16 hours away. 16 hours away. Day and a half. Okay. So we've got a good politics, crime paper for next week. Insider and statistics. Bucket. $123,000 record sales. My thoughts are with you. I wish I hadn't read that. 4 influence. 3,700. Cost definitely went up. More subscribers. Thank you, Dolores. And 1,082. So nearly $100 extra this month. Our first level. Stanley gets a level in crime. Okay. Print society the most, get 2 influence. I've got 2 in the can. 1 is old news. Society the most, I'm not sure we super achieve, because I'm seeing 1, 2 crime, 2 entertainment. This is our best story, which isn't either of the other 3. This is our next best story, and we are I'd be highly. I suspect we're running a double 2 society stories because of the tag overlap. Let's see what the mafia wants. They'll only give us 1 influence. They want crime the most, and they'll give us money and. But I don't want to go to mafia. I want to go the up here. So we're on 11. We need to go Tompkinsville. So entertainment, adventurous, inspiring. These 2 tags both come from society, which is great. You want society the most. Pause. Society. And then this is the highest priority story, followed by the ones that you were, already doing. Okay. And then just double check. Nobody has anything that we need. Let's get paper in. 5k for the next floor, and the page module. Okay. 2 side stories. Judy and Debbie. Gold star story as well. Nikolai. Silver. Educational. Where were you weeks ago? Brothers set new flight record. John and Kenneth Hunter surpassed previous flight endurance stints. Historic landmark reduced to ashes. Investigation into cause begins. Third story. Also society. Progress that. Nope. You want to progress this as the... oh, it's politics. Okay. So you do this. You do this. And... you do this. Okay. This is the most important story. And I'll let you finish your Dow Jones story, but stop working this harmful book story in favor of this one. Everyone's out. 4 days. I don't... yeah, it'll get done in time. There's still reporting to be done on it. Okay. 2 of them have been progressed. Entertainment and economy. Gruesome, which we have loads of tags on. This society story. Brilliant. Bring that home and get that working. So that's all of the entertainment stories. So now let's look. Entertainment, crime, entertainment. So entertainment is the next priority. And you can do that story. There's a sports story. No, it's an entertainment story. Out you go. That's like... I'm not going to run that story. This one I'll develop because it has lots of tags. So you'll take 18 hours if I wait. There. Politics, crime. Okay. Politics and unrest, crime and adventurous. We want the adventurous angle, so we'll take the crime side. So we need society stories. So you are society stories. Let's make sure they're all worked up. And then a back page that has something like you. And you and plan is to put another one in here, so I'll just put you in there for now, so it's a placeholder. Now there is going to be a politics story with you, so I can't add another politics story. So if I put this here, that's still satisfied. Yeah, this story needs to be finished. Like, this is a better story. At the very least, I put it in there. And just to check, if I put this here, this is no longer satisfied. So we are not going to run this one because we can't afford, unless we get an extra society story on the front page. So I've got one here, and then it's one of these two. Which is it's this British flight one. Yeah, the brothers one is perfect. So that goes in there, and we've lost the crime story, which it actually costs us, well, I don't think it actually costs us because we'll lose the combo but gain the tag. So 72,000. Stay at 72. Let's just run the better story. There's a case to be made for parking the tag. I think our next area of growth is up Manhattan. Or heading towards the paper mill. So West New York is unrest, East Village hopeful, triumphant, and economic. Which is none of these. So we'll just run the better pay story. This is a pretty good story. Well, I think it just replaces the story in the back page on the back lead, and it's 2 bronzes, the same as 1 silver. But it is an extra entertainment story, so we would then, and then we just slide this one up. Okay, this story is developed. We're in no rush to develop this story, so we'll just let Debbie gain some experience. That's actually quite a good story for next week. Unrest, politics. Triumphant. Where's your skills at? 9%. Okay, yeah. A day and a half. Oh, this one isn't being prioritized. This, like, it's the only story that matters. Oh, we still don't have... Yeah, this needs to go in. That then does these. This is still being satisfied. Oh, we could squeeze an extra society story on the back page. $12 hours. Yeah, we're loads of time. ending, we want to slow play this Dance Marathon story in favor of you. I don't love that you might get finished. Okay, so that's finished. And yeah, that's the best front page. So this could finish, but it's... I don't know, does it gain us anything? It goes in instead of the vault story. So we have 1, 2, 3 society. If we put another entertainment in here, we'd still only have 2 entertainments. So yeah, let's finish it. I do like the idea of finishing the Olympic story rather than this story. So everything is in. Paper is fine, right? Just about. 20 hours. These 2 stories are going to get finished. Find the job that's going to be finished in 1 hour. You. Let's give you a break. And the 3-hour story is the one we want. So then we want the 16-hour story. Well, you can finish this first part, then take your break. Now, 8 hours on this next story is the problem. So there's this story here, which we're going to slide in here. 140,000, 140,000. So we will put the Dow Jones story on the back, on the lead on the back page. Satisfying her objective, satisfying the region's objective, the district's objective. And we're going to let these stories progress, and then we're going to, at the last minute, pull the staff. We need to throw paper in because we've made our newspaper better. How is our food? 27 and 90, so we'll do a bit of balancing. 67 and 50. Order a bit more paper. 2 hours, so this job now needs to pause. 1 hour, so you take a break. One hour, take a break. Microing our stories here. So 140,000, I believe, is the best. Should be. I think it was 132 last month. Can I see that anywhere? Loan interest, newspaper sales, 36.90, 4,200. Yeah. Okay, run it down to the end of the week. Must print now. We'll put these people back to work. And print. Boom. Economics is extremely useful as a form of employment for economists. There is still good left in the world. Record sales, district, 2 for the hidden agenda, 4 influence, 4,200, 3,000 subs. Well now, that was real honest. I felt it in the ribs. 2%. So that's like an inflation on... Oh, the junior. We got a junior promotion. So a second junior promotion. And page module, thank you very much. And another telegraphing station. Oh, we're one short of it. So frustrating. Should have been hitting both this time on a smooth run. Well, you shut up. I was beginning to think civility had gone completely out of style. This isn't exactly a noble place to be. It's a room full of lost souls chasing a distraction. Every chuckle hides a yes. Every sip a quiet promise. Yeah. I'm not proud of being here, but my husband, he barely speaks unless it's to complain. The house isn't fit for ambition right now. But this place, if you look past the glass, it still breathes ideas. I'm thinking of something new myself lately. Mobile libraries for the neighborhoods where budget cuts have replaced schooling. Kids need stories no matter their district. So if you must print something, make it inspire. Let's show them idea, make a future possible. So we need inspiring, and they want combos. And we'll get 1 influence per inspiring story. Yeah, we had a big inspiring week last week. I'm not doing the mafia. Okay, we have a triumphant. The other option is West New York, which is... So Flatbush is guaranteed influence because we have all the stories in the books. But if we can find somewhere close to us that we're pretty good, that maybe has inspiring, move towards the stadium. Here's an inspiring. It gives us the art gallery, which won't be useful until this level here. That's not massively useful. The Ritz Theatre, not particularly. I think it's 4 here, maybe 4 here. For the next spend, or driving up Manhattan to get the ad agency. Which we could go 1, 2, 3 to get the ad agency, or 1, 2, 3. But let's open up East Village. This is going to be the last one of the stream. Pause. Let's see, the cost on the printer module is 1,000. So open up a new floor. Move this operation up. move the toilet down. Like, yeah, toilet would be great here. Okay, just slide the... No, just slide this entire piece over. Move you just wide enough to fit one of you, which I think is... It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. There. There. Oh, one more. Fuck's sake. Is this going to cost me again? Oh, I only have to pay the 20 bucks. That's not bad. Now the printer module. And industrial will cost me 150. Tiling will cost me 150. Move this door up here. Slide this light bulb to here. Let's just get you guys up to your place of work. And I think that was everything new. Solar system is in, the election map is in, the crime, the world map. Yep. 3 globes. No, okay. You could benefit from a globe. You could benefit from a globe and you have one. Okay, so 3 people who can use a globe all have one. Election, you 2 are benefiting from. Solar system, you're all benefiting from. Sports, you're all benefiting from. Crime board, you're all benefiting from. Economics, you're benefiting from. That's all there. And we need a light source on this top floor. And there's a bit of an inefficiency here. And you're also not getting a skill boost. So move you up. And move you here. And put in the metal slug. Well, slide you over one. Put your metal slug on this side and then give you a light. A clock. And a plant. Let's get a clock in here for now and a plant for now. And that's 1400. Okay. And then get inspiring, which is entertainment and society. And then economy, which is also, sorry, hopeful, which is also economy and society. And then just get economy. Okay, so economy, and society. Only 9 stories this week. $49, $443, so we'll need more paper. First stories of the week: Washington Federal Trade Commission burning. There's a hopeful. So, yeah, run that down, Judy. And Hoover celebrates birthday in style. I will do this. 2 bronze and a silver is 10,000. 2 bronze, 25. But we're not going to... Oh, we still have Debbie. Statistics. There's Debbie. Another hopeful story. It is... Oh, entertainment and society. Oh, wow. All the society stories are already gone for this area. Oh, there's our paper. Okay, get it in, get it in, get it in. Where are we at from a paper point of view? Well, get this one done. And kind of nobody cares. So what was it? Statistics, hopeful. So hopeful. Statistics and hopeful. Sorry, statistics and hopeful. This is triumphant. So we need triumphant, hopeful, statistics. So yeah, this story finishes the district, and then we just assume we will do better than the crap we have here. Okay. Okay, there's people in the building that can progress stories. We have to pick whether we want the hopeful educational or the statistic economic angle. We're going to... This doesn't do everything we need. It's one or the other. You're gonna go there. We need the statistics part of this story. That's the last entertainment. Sorry. So yeah, okay, it's the last of both. We're going to do the top part. And finish this story as well. Now, what's coming in next? Obscure and elitist. Inspiring, top priority. Nothing else matters. Need a combo. Boom. There you are. These two are the most important stories we can run. Tick. tick. Like, I wouldn't mind finishing this just as a 3-tagger. Just, yeah, so I don't think we're going to get... It doesn't look like we're going to get anywhere near record sales this week. But we should be able to satisfy the objectives. Oh, breaking news. Breaking news late in the week is an absolute kick in the pants. Searing summer crisis. The nation is facing an unprecedented challenge. A severe drought tightens its grip this summer. Government agencies and relief organizations are mobilizing as crops fail across the nation. Send some reporters to the Midwest now. Let's hope for a change in weather patterns. What are we? Thursday. Okay. Go. And Debbie's nearly back. Okay. 13 hours in that story will be processed. Sorry, it'll be on our side. Mayor negative reputation. For a gold scandal story. No. Only one story left. Only 2 inspiring stories came in. This is like, looks like the best story we have. Now, let's progress. So then society is breaking news, which is good. Sport. There you go. Now. Okay, so let's clear the paper. Get these 2 on the back page. Then it's statistics, triumphant, hopeful. There's a statistic story, which is society. There's statistics and hopeful. And there's triumphant. So pop you there. Actually lead with you. And you're the most important story left. These are good stories. So another society story in the front page would be great. This. Which is the one that generated the story. Oh, I have a 3rd page. Really silly. Hopeful with sport. So you can be the page 2 lead. Doi. Statistics is getting a combo. you're a great story then for me. You're still just being reported on. So I need you to come in before we consider progressing you. So we have no more politics. So the Wilson story would just be a better page lead. Entertainment. Like, we could put you here for a tag combo. What's getting finished there? That story there. And we'll lead with the obscure and elitists. And then you're probably going to make us the most 2 tags, 1 negative versus like this would just probably is a better story if I can get it finished. And Stanley, come back. Sport Triumphant, that's pretty useful what I need to run. Sport Triumphant. Put that back in the building. Where are we at? Where are we at? What's being worked on? This shouldn't be worked on. This should be worked on. And these are not in the building. Well, you are. Okay, so you are being progressed. You're being progressed. You're not going to get finished though. Sport Triumphants. Either of these could get finished would be amazing. What was the order of this? Okay, so if I sack the bottom part, I lose the silver statistics. But I'll get my tag. That's not the end of the world. And this is getting a combo, losing 1. $12 hours. No, I don't want you finished. I want you finished. 16 hours. So it is being developed. There is time. Is there? Yeah, 2 AM. And then you might get moved down. But you do need to stay in the newspaper. So I think this makes it a better newspaper. Does. I'm still satisfying everything. So the story I took out, I don't need because I already have it on the page. So then this story or this story finishes the paper. This one ideally to slot in here. And yeah, pretty uninspiring back page, but it's what she wanted. Must print now. So no politics. No finished triumphant. Sport. 2-tag sport would get me that. I can park this statistic story into next week. I'm not getting it finished here. And oh, which Long Island wants statistics. Which is still advancing us north and towards the courthouse, which is useful. Yeah. So one of the things I was thinking about doing was clicking this to cancel this item, which would get rid of the statistics part of this story, and then I'd have the sport triumphant, which would then be a finished story and could be loaded in. But we'll run last week's tennis. It was a tennis story. So, and look, we'll have tag combination on triumphant and sport for next week. Yeah, like in theory we could keep back the US title one. Double sports page here. Tennis. So we need the triumphant. So I assume if I put this in here and then fail this, so I know this does have to run. Does this improve the paper? Slightly, because it's a silver, so that's 7.5 as opposed to the combo 7.5 and then -1 for the old news. But what's the crime investigative? Well, it'll be old news next week. So we're going to have crime adventurous, crime heartbreaking, crime. So we'll have 3 crime stories that are old news next week that we'll still have, as well as the statistics hopeful story. So we'll only have statistics. We'll need to fully run down gruesome, heartbreaking, and unrest. We could just fully smash each village. So economy, triumphant, hopeful. Gets us towards Columbia. Calculator. It's hard to know. Hard to know. We're going to... Let's have the better paper. Judge Carter. And I think actually if we slide this across, it's even better again. 126. Yeah, better paper. And we're not going to force the home run story in this week. We'll park it for next week to run with the Athletics record. Perfect. We have enough pages. We have achieved everyone's objective. Only the one combo. Kind of frustrating, but we got every story in, and we didn't come into this week with any inspiring. So that is what it is. Book it. Federal Trade Commission. Oh, piss off. Got on about the old news. What old news story did I keep putting in? Sport at its best, at its most human, is able to inspire an innocence and joy that is unique to each of us. District hidden agenda. No record sales. 126, not a record sales. Okay. Well, we have got you. You've reminded the city that inspiration can be delivered. One page, one child, one block at a time. Costs increased slightly because another staffer got promoted. 2 more promotions. Assembly and the economy reporting. We've opened up the mayor. Long Island isn't the worst option. Central Park has now changed to wanting unveiling and politics, and Long Island changed to wanting tragic, which we have in the can. So it will be Long Island we go to. But I think we will pick that one up next week. Well, next stream. I will probably stream later this week. Wednesday night. Yeah, I can stream Wednesday. So let's get more stories in. And she wants educational, which we don't have in the can, and we failed the last time. She wants educational, don't print entertainment. I am not sitting on any entertainment, so that's easily done. You want me to sell 140,000, what was it, 126 last week. So that's possible. We're not going to touch the mafia. So there's 2 for you if we can pull off getting this educational story, which with the extra telegraphing station, I think we can guarantee. Okay? So we will run that next week, next episode, which will be Wednesday, and we're going to go Long Island, and then maybe either Astoria to head towards the courthouse, or Central Park, Harlem to head to the ad agency, and then we're probably going to look at this as our next buy to make our telegraphing. Sorry, this is a society boost. Telegraphing is here, +2. Day planner is probably the next buy to improve the production. So that's our next one. So we should be getting hopefully 2 points from you, 1 for the district, and hopefully sales, but even just 2, 1, that's our 4 for that. That's the goal. We'll continue to push. So we've managed to get 2 points into high society. We failed 1 mission with them, the very first one, literally this education mission, the first time up, because it came too late in the week to be processed. It was a couple of hours away, to remind you. But if you look, we have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 districts, and all of them have been hit first time, so that's 7 influence. You know, you have to get it first time to get the influence. Okay? I've been Garner. This has been Newstower. We will continue the Weekly Gazette run Wednesday. Thanks for watching. I have a Let's Play that I've started that's up on the channel. I'll get up another episode or 2 of that tomorrow. And I put up a few shorts on tips and tricks for getting started. You saw this run. Got 5 printed in week 1. It's a little I have a video on maximizing that week 1 to get 40,000 sales in your first week, and then you've signed the kind of priority about getting the industrial city harbour and radio for getting that key production pieces. Okay, thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments.